The F-16 Fighting Falcons are one of the jet fighters that provide critical air patrol or interception operations. From the very first takeoff to the last sortie of the day, the ground support crew makes sure that every aircraft is fit to fly. Airframes, engines, avionics and assorted components are checked for airworthiness. Dedicated Crew Chief ME2 Joanne and her fellow Air Force engineers from the 143 Squadron, Tengah Air Base, is responsible for the critical checks that ensure the safety of both man and machine.
My role is to ensure that I conduct my before-flight checks, after-flight checks, pre-flight checks, so that I know that the aircraft is in good state and safe for my pilot to fly. Basically, I have to do a walk-around inspection to ensure that the connections are secured and there's no damages within the aircraft itself. We have to climb into the intake to do some inspection for the blades, and then we have to do a power-on check to ensure that the lightings, the systems are okay, and checking of the hydraulic gauges to see if it's within specs. My working hours will be tagged along with the flying program, and we will be on shift work. The morning shift will be 3 hours before the first flight takeoff. So far, the earliest in-time reporting time will be 4 a.m. and the latest time I've gone off work will be about 12 to 1 a.m. Initially, climbing intake is quite challenging to me because I need more physical strength. So my male colleagues actually taught me some better ways to get into the intake properly and more gracefully. They will show us ways to climb in with regards to our physical strength.
While the flight line crew usually work under shelter, there will be times when they face the challenge of working on an open flight line, with strong winds and the slow roasting heat of the sun, usually in overseas exercises.
Sometimes we may have to be out in the sun for quite some time. Actually, our shift ICs and supervisors will always tell us to hydrate ourselves well, especially when weathers are really hot.
The greatest challenge is still the race against time. The quick turnaround of aircraft is critical to any air mission, so things need to be done fast.
We are given a specific timing for us to fulfill our checks, and there is no room for mistakes. Given the short timeline, our crew work together as a team. We actually share the workload together to ensure that between flights we have sufficient time to turn around the aircraft so that the aircraft can take off on time.
And apart from her operational role as a dedicated crew chief of 143 Squadron, she also serves as a dedicated crew chief for the RSAF's Black Knights aerobatics team.
The Black Knights team comprises all the experienced pilots as well as ground crew, and we were all selected based on good performance and good attitude. So I'm very honoured to be one of 2 first female dedicated crew chiefs. Every time we will be having an air show, it is important that the flight takes off, and if I do not do my job well, the flight cannot take off on time, and the show might be delayed or even cancelled.
Joanne is a fantastic lady, I must say. She was very sporting, despite having to work so hard under the sun and having to sweat a lot, along with the boys, smells and things like that. So whether it's a guy, whether it's a lady, it doesn't really make much of a difference. As long as they are properly trained, they have the knowledge, and they know how to apply them correctly, make good judgment call. Bottom line, we know that, aircraft is good to go.
The RSAF has given us sufficient trainings So any female Air Force engineer can do the job well as long as she has the eagerness to learn, and also she puts in effort in her job. I'm very fortunate that I've been given many different roles to take up, and that I have many seniors who have guided me very well along the way. And with this, it actually helped me to perform my job better. I feel that it is a very important role for us to make sure that the jet is in good condition and my pilots can take off with the jet and defend our skies.